What's up, everybody? My name's Jason Havey, but more of you know me as Zubaz. I've been a member of the CSFBL community for 17, 18 years now. I think I'm still in like 10 leagues as of today. I'm good in like 4 of them. And I'm excited to break some news today. Over the past couple of weeks, I took on a majority stake in CSFBL. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time and look forward to moving forward, partnering with Brian to bring CSFBL to its highest and destined purpose. I have a lot of belief in the game. Otherwise, I wouldn't be devoting my time, energy, dollars to it. And I'll get into some of that more in a moment. But first, I want to tell you a little bit more about the team that we're putting together to make this happen. First, for those of you that don't know me, I have been in business for 25 plus years. I managed hotels for a good 17 years, and over the last 7 years, I've been the COO, president, and eventually CEO of a company called Onnit, which is a supplement company, lifestyle fitness company that is devoted to the idea of total human optimization. Well, joined that company as a startup, and earlier this year actually sold that company to Unilever, which is one of the biggest companies in the world, which put me in a position to be able to do this with CSFBL. At that time as well, sold another business that I was the CEO of concurrently called Black Swan Yoga, and sold that business to a separate owner as part of this. Only tell you that to tell you this, that getting involved in CSFBL, I'm only doing it because I know it can be successful. And I do want to take it to whatever its highest purpose is and breathe life into it and bring new customers into it and have a lot more people playing the game. Brian is... this puts Brian in a beautiful position as well, because for the entire time that you've played the game, Brian has only been able to devote minutes or hours to the game on a weekly, monthly basis because he's had to, pay rent and take care of his family and all of those things, but he has his full-time job, and a lot of the times it's been with startups and things that demand a lot of time and attention. This new partnership between him and I puts him in a place where he can work on this full-time for the first time ever, and so that's one of the many reasons I'm really optimistic about where we're headed in the future. And I know he is too. After you see this video, either later today, tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly when it's coming out, but there'll be a podcast between Brian and I that will help describe our relationship a bit better. And then also bringing in Russ, who you may know as Citizen Clone. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. He's played the game for a long time, but that's not why I brought him in. I brought him in because he has a lot of robust project management experience and community building experience, and that's going to be the central part of what we do going forward. It's all about building the community that I've grown to love, that I've met a lot of my best friends here, and I want to create a situation where we can do that for hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people going forward. So he'll be handling the front end of the game, the community end of the game. You'll see him more than anybody because he's going to be the one driving the community service and event side of CSFBL. A lot of you know Smidius. He says Smithias. I still say Smidius, but he's been an important part of the game and will continue to be a strong advisor as part of the team. And then obviously all those community managers, past, present, and future, that we can get to participate in the game, especially starting with my friend Makilla, who has devoted a lot of time and energy to this game over the years. Want to make sure that he's part of it, along with guys like Luke and Jar and G Sparks and other people that have been nice enough to devote time to the game, and we hope to keep them engaged as we go forward. A few things. I'm not going to over promise, under deliver. I am going to definitely over deliver. But I will tell you that you're going to see a lot more activity coming from the game itself, both on the development end and on the community end, and hopefully eventually on special events and things like that. We're going to do things to make it more exciting, but you are going to see it. So that skeptical side of your brain that's like, well, I've been around here for 15, just give me a chance. Give us a chance, because I promise you this is going to be different. I would not get involved if I didn't know that we could make this successful. But we need your help too. And so that help can be as active as those community managers helping drive the game. But it can be just giving us some feedback, giving us some unique talents, giving us your point of view, whatever it is. Just playing the game. I don't care. Just participate. And anywhere that you think you can fill a gap would be greatly appreciated, because we're going to have to be pretty scrappy to start and get this thing off and running so that we can have a constant influx of new players, which will breathe the life that we need in to drive the game. But I'm going to stop there for a second, because there's something else that you're probably thinking about is, okay, here's this damn business guy coming in and he's going to make us pay for everything. And I can tell you that's not the case, because I've played the game for 17 years. The one promise I will hold on to forever and ever, amen, is that the base game that you're playing right now will always be free. The game's always going to be free. And we're going to try to do it in a way that the base game can be free, and that free version, there will be ads. Hopefully we can make it so they're not as invasive as they are now, because the other thing that I will also tell you is that whatever ads people experience, I'll experience. I'm not shutting off the ads for myself. I'm going to experience it just like anybody else, so that those pain in the ass ads that we've all experienced more recently, those will go away. But we'll also have ways to create ad-free memberships, so that for a small donation or payment that we can just eliminate all ads. And when I say all ads, I want to be careful there, because long term, I still see things in my head, and this is just an example, not a promise, but like something in the play-by-play viewer where the stadium is set up like a real stadium, where there's ads in the background. They just don't get in your way, right? And so I hope we can figure some of that out, but all that's down the road. Bottom line is, not coming in here thinking that this becomes a business as much as a community, and we can finance the business in such a way that we can do it that way, so that we can get people happy and engaged and wanting to do what I did, which is play for 17 years and really make this an important distraction from normal everyday life, and a great outlet for competition and fun and meeting new people. But at the same time, like I do want to run it more like a business, in the sense that it needs to be more regimented, so that when we are making decisions, we're making decisions based on what is good for the long-term success of CSFBL. And the number one thing to do that is to drive new players. And that's something that we are going to be maniacally focused on, is bringing new players into the game, because that's how we're going to stay healthy. That's how we're going to grow the game into a lot of the visionary things that I see in my head that this could become. And it could become something extremely special. I really would love to see this become a baseball reference, baseball almanac, like come to life, where it is really driven by stats, is really driven by the flexibility of the leagues, where we can take advantage of the fact that we have simulated players, and we can play seasons in a day, a month, a week, a year. We have all these flexibility points that regular baseball, fantasy baseball, does not. And we need to take advantage of those moats that we have, that most games, similar style games, don't have. And when I think about it right now, we're really just in an information gathering phase. So I'm going to be short on promises, short on information, but you are going to see a lot more coming out in very short order, including over the next 48 hours, where you're going to see that behind the scenes, we've already been fixing stuff. And you're going to see some information from Brian about some bug fixes and some minor improvements that we've already been working on. You're going to hear from Citizen Clone on ways that we're going to start engaging the community better through the better use of the forums, better use of our social outlets, and then more from me. I'm going to try and stay. You heard me say try. I am definitely going to stay directly engaged with the community. I've run a couple podcasts in my life, and certainly we're going to have an ongoing podcast here where I'm bringing updates to the game. I'm also going to have guests on, but I am going to remain 100% accountable for the growth and success of this game. So if you like the game, you're going to like it more. That's the one promise I can make. And my ear will always be open to the feedback. You're going to see a couple things come out even later today that focuses on obtaining more feedback from you. So I'll leave it at that. I have a lot more to say, but we're going to save it for the upcoming podcast and some of the future things that I send out your way. But thank you for your support. Thank you for being a strong member of this game for so long. And I promise you there is a lot of greatness to come. So with that, I'll leave it there. I'll see you next time.